My wife come and go as she please and possibly cheating is involved. Hi everyone, welcome back to another Reddit cheating story. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so you won't miss another cheating story goes live. She left the day after Thanksgiving. In a van she bought with Tiana in Tennessee. She bought this van the same day she left, while I was at work. She came in saying she was overwhelmed, and that she was going to leave. I got her to calm down and talk to me. In this panic she said she didn't want to do this anymore. Tried to give the ring back, told me to sleep with other people. That's a whole lot of red flags I just ignored, and she left with a ring on her finger. She came back once a few days later for her first shower and laundry, but never since. She thought she might come use the Wi-Fi for her WFH days but, never happened. Fast forward a few weeks of me disassociating my existence, working the post office for 15 hours a day. It's Christmas and I'm new. I'm not eating, not sleeping. She comes around and says I'm going to Florida. She respected my boundary of waiting for me to be home before she came back, but grabbed a bunch of shit and left. Her nails were pink. She drove the van to Lakeland, Florida. She said she picked up a friend. Wouldn't tell me who, said I needed to stop calling around to her friends and therapist. I was breaking trust and boundaries. I don't feel that way. She's been diagnosed bipolar, on new brain drugs, drinking alcohol, and fucking left. I'm calling around trying to figure out what the hell. Anyways, she calls me a few times in Florida. Make sure I'm okay. Sends pics of alligators. She comes back 4 days later or something, stops by the house while I'm gone. Calls me searching for her vibrator. She's only ever wanted to use it during sex, but okay. Maybe this is part of her self-improvement deal, whatever. She was in a real frenzy on the phone looking for it. Then, she doesn't come by for weeks. Not for me, not for the cats. She texts me and says I miss the cats. I try to keep conversation, text going. I miss her. It's hard. She won't reply I love you or I miss you back. December 24th, I come home from work. She's on the couch crying. I try to act normal, I let the dog out. I come back and I sit with her. She's only interested in the cats. I ask if she's okay and she says was until I saw the cats. I started a conversation that day about feelings, and felt good about it. Made plans for Christmas morning with her. December 25th, she comes over. I made cookies, muffins, and her breakfast of choice. We watched a movie together. We cuddled. We fell asleep together. Long hug before she left. A real kiss on the lips. She went to Tiana's Christmas party. December 26th, she blew me off. Went fishing. With a mutual friend. I spent the day like D-Day Part 2. Walls closing in. I hopped on her Facebook. I snooped. Messages, it all. She went fishing with someone 10 years older and his kids. I snooped more, he went to Lakeland, Florida. Picture of his daughter painting his nails pink. He was looking to buy a van. Messages from him to her, notifications turned off. All deleted. 27th, I worked. I told her we had to talk. I was going crazy. I called her best friend, whom said to change the locks because I wasn't being treated right. I brought up the name of this person, who is a mutual friend. She played dumb, but I know she knows. My wife goes to best friend's house before meeting me. Comes in, gives me the ring. Says I've broken trust and she doesn't want to work on anything. I bring up this dude's name. That's just where my van is parked. There's nobody else. She leaves. I snoop more. She went to his family Christmas party. She's cuddled with him and his kids in the back of the photos and videos. I distance myself from my wife entirely, now she's texting and calling to make sure I'm still alive. December 31st, she visits family and stays until January 3rd. I've been 100% transparent about all information with her mom since D-Day. My wife shortened her trip significantly, probably because she wasn't planning on not having a ring. She tells her mom it's because of her assault years prior and I re-traumatize her every time we have sex and she's not okay to be with anybody after the abuse she suffered years ago and she's working on herself. She tells me she told her mom about the assault, asks if I'm okay. I say no. She calls. I blew up. My feelings, boundaries. Telling her if it's going to work I need the truth. I'm tired of being gaslit and out to dry. Friends turning against me at every turn. She cried. A lot. She said she loves me. That she'd like to see me. I check Messenger, unread message from him. I read it. He misses her, called her babe. I screenshot and deleted it. So I see her, that night after her return drive home. I see the van. She's definitely living in it. She's also not okay. She told me about this trauma she's re-experiencing. I believe it, I think it's truth. We talk. I hold my cards on this guy to myself. We hug, go our ways. After talking to me, she deleted it all. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of it. That's how it's been for the last few days. Her mom stopped calling me. I wonder what was really said to her. All of this. I know my wife is not okay. She is not herself. She is in crisis. She won't let me in, won't let me help. I don't know how to bring up this other man again without pushing her further. But I fear she's already gone. Here are some best comments from our community. This woman is playing on your pity to do whatever the hell she wants. I know she's your wife and you love her, but the sad, harsh truth is that she doesn't give a damn about you. Her decompensating just when you got the job sounds like an extinction burst. You need to look after you from now on, given that her antics have stressed you out and you're not well physically to begin with. And no, it's ever your fault, no matter what bullshit she says. Get your own family and friends around you now. I think you need to create emotional distance here. Rather than help her, you're just drawing yourself down. The marriage is functionally over. You'll never recover from this. Never be able to get over the level of betrayal. It's okay to want her to be healthy and well, but it's almost impossible for you to be the one to give it to her. So instead of her talking about past trauma and healing from it, you're living present trauma over and over. At some point you need to start focusing on your needs. You've got a stressful life right now and your broken SDBXW can't help you. Her best friend is right. The best thing you can do is change the locks and start dissociating from her. You can't help her. She doesn't want your help. Nothing you say or do will change her. Allow others the ability to attempt to work with her. But these episodes only serve to draw you down and serve no purpose in helping her. People bring up all the time that once married the spouse is your responsibility. That family member should respect that the spouse comes first. Doesn't it work the same way if the spouse has a serious mental issue or breakdown caused by past trauma? Do you just return the spouse to the family, say, "Oops, didn't realize it was broken. I need a refund"? Same with this sub that cheaters are disloyal and they don't try hard to make things right with their so and instead move on to the new person. But isn't that what you're recommending here? When it's very difficult to just walk away and make her someone else's problem. To me it's not about reconciling or not. Me it's about he made a commitment to her in sickness and in health and she is obviously very sick right now. She is an addict and needs to be treated as such. She is in limerence right now. She might understand at some level that what she is doing is wrong, but all the chemicals in her brain are doing her what she's doing is right when she's with him. It is like she is on a drug. He can't do anything unless she chooses to do it. She is in crisis and he is forced to watch. There is nothing he can do to help her at this point. When mental illness or children are involved, that is not always true. Know that firsthand with a mentally ill family member. She didn't have the ability to even know she needed help. Harder for him, I agree. But how about her well front too, which is likely more dire? I'm not guilting him, but telling him about my first-hand experience with the mentally ill loved one. It was a commitment by my family that she wasn't an expendable person. Thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.